Okay, cool. I don't think we played this, so let's go. Let's connect in our auto tracker. We can also go to LTTP rando. Connect in this. Connect up, my friend. Or don't. Ooh, what? Red? Why are you red? Start. I clicked start. We'll see what happens. There it is. It's green. Okay, tracker should be working now. It's a little louder than before. Okay. Let's just keep going. Let's go with this one now. Yeah, I don't think... So I have this thing set up here. It seems to only work when I, There it goes. Cool. Alright, let's go. And this should be a standard seed, nothing particularly special, so... Alright, lizard people, thanks for hanging out. Let's do this. That'll be kind of exciting. Do another one. I like just rando after rando. Well, that's kind of loud for me. I don't know, is that loud for everybody else? It's loud for me. I had to like turn it down some. Probably okay for everybody else. My games are usually pretty quiet compared to my streams. Alright, nothing special there. Sounds fine, that's good. No, just hearts. Hearts from the enemies, hearts from the tree. Tree of hearts. What we got here? Bombs. Bombs are good though, I like having bombs early, so I don't mind getting some bombs there. No weapon at the start. Still a little loud for me. Couple heart pieces. I guess we'll do a quick map check. Alright, so Eastern Palace was red pendant, Desert Palace was green pendant, and Tower of Hera was blue pendant. Bomb? Nope, okay. Hoping for a bomb. No bomb. Everything's just giving hearts. I don't need hearts, game. I don't need hearts. Don't need them. 50 roops at the Aghanim Ledge. So the last seed we played was a, actually required us to go to, it was a ped seed, it was a pedestal seed. We needed to go to the pedestal. I have no clue if it's gonna be the same today. Leave me alone, bird. Not much, but any roots early is good. Early roots I won't complain too much about. Where's music? Might as well. It's not like a green rupee or anything. Heart piece is a heart piece. Oh, magic. Let's go to the basement. Basement it is. doing the Super Mario World Randomizer. We'll have to do more of that. Got a bottle, got a sword, got a heart, blue mail. I don't know what other people thought, if they liked it or not. Red mail. Okay. This game feels slow compared to Mario World now, though. Like, I feel like I'm much slower. Yeah, I really liked it. It was quite fun. RPs. Almost at 100 roots. Powder. Only 5 roots away. Only 5 roots. Oh. There's a Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer too. I guess I could like slash some things to try and get 5 roots. Just bombs. Those are some very expensive bombs. No, that's what I was saying, that there's some other randomizers for Mario. Oh, no, I haven't tried any of them. I've not tried any Mario that was the first Mario randomizer I've done. Like Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Bros. 2 has one. I think Mario Bros. 1 has one as well. Zelda 1 has one, which I've never actually played. Zelda 2 has one, which I don't quite like, but they're getting an upgrade to number, I guess it's version 4 coming soon. Ooh, half magic. And I might try it out when version 4 comes out again. I should do Zelda 1 at some point. Now that I know how to, now that I've done speedruns of the game, I should actually go and do some rando of that too. Give it a go. Only 20 rupees on the library ledge. I have limited bombs, so I'm gonna check what this is. A heart. A full heart, but I'm gonna just pass it up. I can come back and get it if I need it, but... It is a difficult speedrun. It's quite fun, though. I think Palace 8 is probably the trickiest part of that whole run to me. I should return to it at some point. I should go back and do good times on all these. This game, like, in the regular categories. Zelda 2, Zelda 1, and this one. I should go back. Oh, it's weird. Yeah, people have, like, hit or miss with screen wraps. Like, I found them to be extremely easy. But, like, I've done a ton of one-frame button tapping, like, for other games. So, like, I think I just sort of have done that motion a lot. Like, Zelda 2 has the fairy feet, which is a very similar motion. And I've done a ton of, like, Zelda 2. So part of me wonders, like, if I just kind of had an advantage coming into Zelda 1 on that particular trick. Since I speedrunned a bunch of games that do that. Yeah, but I would say the CV3 one-frame screen scrolls are actually relatively simple compared to the Z1 one, for some reason. I don't find them to be that difficult in CB3. I feel the rest of the game is difficult. Like, not getting hit by the frogs. That's my problem in CB3. Don't get hit by the frogs. Get hit by the frogs. Every time. Boots, yes. Nice. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Oh, boots are great. Good stuff. Oh, that was red rupee. I should have got it. Cape. Just red rupees on the island. That's what I did with the Zelda 2 healer glitch. Just did that over and over and over again. More bombs. I don't think it's worth it to like go to Zora yet because we don't have any money. So we can't buy the thing, we can't do anything else there, so that's not gonna get us much progression. Oh, we can go into the castle now though. Oh, boots early is good stuff. You're just so much faster with early boots. Alright, what can we do? That was bad. Oh, we can go to Desert Palace. That's what we can do. I'm glad I came here first. I was debating if I go to Desert Palace or not. And in my head I was like, it's not really worth it to go to Desert Palace until you have a book. Like that region, because you can only look at the peek at the ledge and then do the cave. But so it's one item for a very long walk. Ended up being the right call. I mean, we could also not get the book at all and need to go to that cave and get the item. But... or the item, the cave might not have anything in it. What? Oh, I was too close. Burrito. Burrito. We'll try not to be a mess like we were on the last one. What are some of other people's favorite randomizers, by the way? We just did Super Mario World. We're super familiar with this one. We know we love the Ultima 4 randomizer, which we will do as well. But like... what are some other ones people really like? I've only done the like Zelda 2 is the only other one I've done, I think. Zelda 2, Zelda 3, Super Mario World now, and Ultima 4 are the only ones I've played, I believe. Oh, Super Metroid. Chrono Trigger. See, the things with those games is I'm horribly afraid that all the like Soul Blazer, FF6, and Chrono Trigger are just going to be like hours upon hours of like game. I really don't like things that go on for more than 2 hours. I will sometimes, on a rare occasion, enjoy something longer than that, but typically that's like my limit. Dragon Warrior. Like 1 to 2 hours is like the sweet spot. Anywhere 30 minutes to 2 hours is like the right value for me. Dragon Warrior. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe those go much quicker than I think they do. Dragon Warrior has been intriguing. Okay. Let's go into Desert Palace. We have to get progression here. Either that or it's in Eastern at this point. Oh, Bonk Rocks. Don't forget that we have Bonk Rocks now, that we have the boots. We can do that. There might be something useful at Bonk Rocks. Burrito, which means there's a key. Some bombs can be bought. Nice. Nice, Spin Explorer. I don't know much about Dragon Warrior. Ah! Oh no! Ah! What a travesty. I was like not paying attention and was reading chat. That was totally my fault. Just walked into the corner directly into the bad guy. It's the Master Key. Yeah, the problem is there's not a lot of people who play Ultima 4 in general, which is the first issue. I would love to get more people playing the U4 Randomizer though. I would absolutely race it. Just because that's like a historic moment. No one's done a U4 race. Sounds pretty exciting. Ah! Well, the series in general just never really quite hit the same popularity levels either that the Final Fantasy games and stuff did. They're much more of a cultural sort of everyone knows the games. Oh, there's nothing here for me. I'm done here. I think I bought mine from so we're also done there anyway. It's a compass at the boss. I think I bought mine from a pawn shop. I have seen the Castlevania runs. Oh yeah, I've watched Sathris do Castlevania 2 Randomizer. That I have seen. Here. We have the bow and arrow. So now all we need is the lantern and we can beat Eastern Palace. Though we can technically beat Eastern Palace now without the lantern because we know how to do that. But I'm gonna do Bonk Rocks real quick. With the Master Sword, which is pretty useful. I mean, we might have to kill Aghanim to get progress if there's nothing in the eastern area. Just because there's nothing on Aghanim Ledge doesn't mean we don't have to actually go kill Aghanim. Oh, I didn't realize that was the original randomizer. We actually don't know much about the origin of randomizers. Oh, you jerk. They reset so fast. Still don't have enough money for Zora. I could have just bonked. Oh wow. Ooh, lantern. Nice! Eastern Palace it is. Alright, Scotty. Thank you for the good luck. Oh, we get gloves. And we're gonna start being set soon. How do we get more people playing the Ultima 4 randomizer? How do we do that? How do we convince more people to play that game? It's really fun. I think there's just a level of dauntingness to it. It's like when I look at Final Fantasy, I have no clue what's going on. Because I didn't grow up with those games, so I'm just like, this is a mystery. Final Fantasy games are like some weird black box to me. Like, I don't know what any of this is. And people are doing the randomizer and they're like, oh, they're going to this person and doing this and talking about this item, and I'm like, I have no clue what any of this is. Like, I feel like maybe people feel the same way about Ultima. They probably see Ultima 4 randomizer and they're just watching me and they're like, I have no clue what any of this is. I feel it's pretty straightforward and easy though. And maybe as someone who's played the game a lot, that's not an unbiased assessment, but it doesn't have a lot of like deep, weird logic that you have to worry about or crazy complicated boss tactics. You do have to memorize a lot of dungeons. That's the thing you'll probably want to deal with. Yeah, I mean, they were one of the, like, first truly open-ended, like, open-world games where you can really, really go anywhere. RPG Limit Break. Yeah, I get it in front of a bunch of people would be one way of doing it, that's for certain. How long is a Dragon Warrior randomizer? Alright, so there's an item on the boss. We don't know what it is. Yeah, playing that game blind must be really interesting. I feel like you have a pretty good chance of getting into something like Limit Break versus like a GDQ, which is generally a lot more people and a lot broader game focus, whereas like RPG Limit Break has a very core, clean, clear focus and is usually a little smaller. Less competition, I suppose. Alright, boss time. Oops. Well, that was my fault. They do. That's like one of the big things. I really messed this boss up. That was like terrible. Alright. But I could never take money from the funds. There's so many more people who are like, well, much more deserving in Valkyries who like where do we go next? Wait, what? Where do we go next? Do we go to... Where can I get more money? I feel like... Oh yeah, okay. I know where to go. Never mind. We didn't really unlock any progression there. We just got the, like, lantern before E3, but... or EP, but we can do this. I've not been very good at participating lately either. I've been so socially distanced from people. It's very difficult. Like, I look at a chat somewhere, like, on a server, and there's just like 20 or 30 messages, and I just don't. I just close the server. I don't even read anything. Like, it's too much. Like, it's too much. I can't. I just don't. I don't have the energy. I don't have the social energy. It's just like anxiety-inducing. Like, all right, I'm done. I'm just not at the. I don't know. Have not been in the right mindset for that. Ooh, hook shot. That was a good thing to go get. Oh, wait. Well, there's that. And now we have the hook shot, but that doesn't do as much difference here. This is a mess. We might have to go to Aghanim's place and like do the pyramid. Could be something like Orb on Pyramid or something. Has been a thing in the past. What does hookshot get us this early? Wait, can I not get there from here? Oh no. I guess we go to Aghanim. Alright, well. Here we go. We have the Master Sword. I mean, the game is pointing us that way. We have the Lantern, the Master Sword. I forgot that you need the, Oh yeah, we can't go in from this direction. Ugh. All the way around. Should've just saved and quit, squibs. I mean, if you really want to get in there, by the way, you can totally do it. You can do it. Okay, to Aghanim we go. We have the Lantern, we have the Master Sword, and I don't know where else to go in the overworld here. I feel like we've completely cleaned out this part of the world that we have access to, with the items we have access to. Key dash. I love doing key dash. One of my favorite things in this game. It's so satisfying. It's not hard at all. It's just satisfying. There's a... Oh no. I always think there's a chest over there for some reason. I don't know why I think there's a chest there. It's just a block. But I always think there's a chest there. Oh, I've been playing this game called Shapes.io. It's like a minimalistic Factorio, and it's been extremely... It's just been really fun. It's very addicting. I played like 26 hours within just a few days. Forgot all about this room. It's very easy to do that room fast if you remember it. Boots are required. It was really fun. You can just like, because you're not controlling a character, you end up like copying and pasting things, like so you can grab sections and copy. So you build machines, you optimize building like faster and faster and better and tighter and smaller machines, and then you like copy and paste those and make those do other things. You genericize, so it's like kind of programming almost with like machines. You're basically just making functions that do things that you can then repeat and use over and over again. I really never thought about it that way, but it really is like programming. Oops. Maybe that's why I like it. Alright, Aghanim. Two. That's good. 3. I'm thinking like, I actually want to learn Super Mario RPG. It looks really fun. I really liked that game when I was little too. 4. There are a lot of good RPGs out there. 5. Here we go. It's over. Bonk. This is way louder than I expected. I don't know why this is so loud compared to everything else. Alright. So we're gonna be a bunny, but we can explore the world from here. Oh, we're not. We're gonna be a fairy, of course, not a bunny. There's the power glove. All right, that opens things up in the light world. I don't think we can do much more from here as a fairy either, right? Like, there's not really anything we can get to, so. But that gives us a massive amount of new places to check out. Sanctuary. Like, Death Mountain. What's up, Ember Death? Welcome back. Yep. We're doing some ALTTP now. Just bouncing around. I definitely want to do Super Mario RPG Randomizer at some point. I would like to do a speedrun of it, but I know that's a much longer game. I might make an exception for that game though, because I actually liked that game. Okay, so we're good here. You just noticed. What is this familiar music? And characters? Whee! We can do Zora now, but let's go up the mountain first. More items at the mountain that we can actually get right now. Wait, we can also do... We could do the lumberjack and get to 50 roots, but I just realized I don't need money. I was like, oh, if I need Zora money. Wait, I don't need Zora money. Wind Waker is a long game that I also want to learn one day. I really want it to come out on the Switch, so I... Whoa. Why did I do that? I really want Wind Waker to come out on the Switch so that I can actually do that speedrun. Because then I have to buy, if it doesn't come out on the Switch, I have to buy on like a Wii U or like, I don't want to do that. It's like much pain, more pain. I don't even really like I don't like holding a Wii U. I don't enjoy that. It's a bad control scheme. That explains why we have the hook shot so early, so we can get to the other side of Death Mountain. Just red rupees. What's here? Just red rupees. Oh yeah, we don't have a mirror or anything. Well, this was silly. I can't do anything from here. Ah! SNES to GameCube controller adapter. Oh yeah, I need to get a GameCube controller. I actually have a USB, so I was gonna do Wind Waker Randomizer, and I have a USB GameCube thing, so I could do that. USB GameCube hub to allow me to do just that, and then I never actually got a GameCube controller to go with it. I had a friend who said they were going to make me a custom one and send me one, but I never actually received it, so I don't know if it got lost in the mail or if they didn't send it. And it doesn't mind. I don't mind if they didn't actually send it, because I know, like, I don't expect anything of anyone, like, in that regard. So, like, that was just a very, very ultra kind gift if they were going to do that. And I don't mind at all that they did not send it, by the way. But that is why I didn't end up getting a controller, because I was like, well, it's not a rush. Nah, I should just get one though. Ooh, moon orb. Ooh, shovel. Rondo of Blood. Yeah, I need to get a GameCube and a GameCube thingy. The Game Boy Advance player, because I want to do Randomizer of Aria of Sorrow. So I'd need like a GameCube slash Game Boy Advance or Game Boy player with the disc, so you can play Game Boy Advanced on your GameCube. Probably one of the best ways to stream Game Boy Advance games. And then I can do the randomizer for that. Ice Rod is up here. We haven't gotten any actual progression yet, though. This is like a very linear seed right now. Like, go and do this, go and do... Oh, we got the Moon Orb, which means we can go back through Aghanim's front door. Now that we have the Moon Orb. We have the shovel, I guess. That's some progression. Okay. So Death Mountain ended up being kind of... Look. We can't go to the top of Death Mountain, though. So we should just do that real quick, now that we're here. I see them on eBay quite often. The player with the disc. They seem to be on there quite a bit. Look at the orb. Oh, I don't have the mirror though, so this isn't gonna do me any good because no mirror. I do have half magic and a cape, but I don't have a hammer, so no mirror, half magic, so we can't go anywhere. That was just a waste of time again. Alright, so now we can do some stuff. Mirror would be nice. Do you think there's a chance that the orb will unlock anything useful? Aghanim's front door by Chuck Tingle? What? Hi Akarasi, thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you. I feel like I should know who Chuck Tingle is, but I don't. The name is super familiar, but it's not ringing any bells. Oh. Alright. It's like, I'm not sure, but it's like also just like such a flat, boring name that it's like easily could have just been anything. It's like the name Todd Johnson. It's like, but who the heck is that? Ah. I see. I would not have gotten that. That is something I can easily say that I would have zero experience with, or knowledge of even. Bombs on the ledge. And is a nice person. That's good to know. I'm glad they're a nice person. Alright, this path was pointless. So let's go to potato salad. There's so many weird... This seed is really weird. I feel like we haven't gotten much progress. But it's like very like disorganized kind of. Alright, so we can go to the shovel now. We know where the ice rod is. I guess we can go to the dark world and go to pod? Oh, we can use the hook shot to get to the other side of the world. Oh gosh. That's what we're supposed to do, I guess. Oh, that's gonna be a pain. That makes a very slow dark world. We can do it though. Alright, I'll take those. Aghanim's Castle it is! Let's go. I don't know what else to do at this point. I mean, we can go beat Desert Palace, and then... That feels like a long shot. Beat Desert Palace to get the green pendant. To turn it in. I feel like that's a desperation move. We have it. It's there, if we need to do it. but let's go see what's in the Dark World first. Alright. Skullwoods is Red Pendant. Thieves Town is Red Crystal. Everything else is a crystal. Alright. Can we get anywhere in Todd? Or are we like... That seems silly. Let's not do Pod first. We don't have the hammer. I mean, I know you're supposed to get the hammer in Palace of Darkness, but... We do have the cape, so we should go check out the Cape Cave. Cape Cave has bombs. Nothing particularly special there. Guess we go to City of Thieves, Village Outcast. Not the band though. This is Outcast Village apparently now. I don't even know any of their music or songs, but I just imagine that that would be quite silly for this place. I thought I've heard their stuff, but I couldn't name anything. Oh, so many, like, heart pieces. Where's our progression? What's next? What's next? I guess I should ask the question, what can we complete right now? Not a lot, actually, is the answer. Not a lot. We can't complete Thieves Town unless something useless is in the hammer room. But we can go through all of it. And just hope we don't need to go to the hammer room. So I watched, I finally got to watch the Harley Quinn movie, Birds of Prey, the new one. I actually quite liked it. I actually liked the Huntress as, like, the character the most in the movie. Out of everyone in the movie, for some reason, that character really stuck with me. I was a little surprised. Because that's not a character I would have... ah, man, there's something useful in the chest. Oh, there's an item in the chest here. Heck. So do we just go through and kill the boss and then come back for the chest? I feel like we do. The boss has an item to use, so... Okie doke. I was like, why are they not dying in one hit? And I remember this isn't reverse boss order, where they're loaded in as the incorrect enemy. Oops. In RBO, they're loaded in as rats, so they just die in one hit and they only do like a fourth of a heart of damage. But here, they will do a lot more damage and are not rats. Whee! Oh, I don't know how I missed picking that up. I thought we were grabbing it, but we were not. Well, let's hope there's nothing super useful in that last... Oh. Just being mean. A single arrow. Alright, we have to remember all these chests that we've passed up. We need to come back to you. Hammer is one we'll have to come back for. Oh well, I messed up the fight already, so I'm just gonna wail on them now. Bombus. Potentially useful. That gives us the red. We can go get the bomb now. Like, what? We can buy the bomb. That's really bizarre. Oh yeah, we can't go this way yet. Gotta go the longer way. Because we have the red and red crystals. We have the 2 red crystals. Which means the Pyramid Fairy is open, but we need to get access to the Pyramid Fairy. So people don't go in there anymore first, because it's risky and slow. So now that the key lock can do weird stuff and force you to restart. Ah! Well, we have a key, so we know we can get out of here if necessary. That was useless. Because this over here is no longer guaranteed to be a key. Apparently. Though it oftentimes is a key, but it's not guaranteed anymore. You can actually get stuck here, which is really, still a really bizarre decision to me. But I guess they wanted to include it in everything. I'm gonna go get one more item here. Rid of the burrito. What's the... What is the next play? What's the smart next play? Thinking ahead, what is the right next play? Well, that's all we can do in this dungeon. I'm gonna go to house. Wow, we have such a weird assortment of items. Oh. Well then. Green tea. Oh, green tea is always the right play. I love green tea. I'm out of green tea. I only have like regular teas right now, and it's I need to go to the tea store and get me some new green tea. I've yet to do that. Oh, you know, before we... Oh no. Wait, can I? Yes, I can. Before we go through all the pod and waste a bajillion years there without the hammer, we do have... Yeah, because we can't beat it without the hammer. And I like to go into the palace when we can beat the palace. I just have black teas. Couple of herbal teas. I guess I do have a couple of green teas left, but they're not like not my favorites for just sipping on. We can kind of do the south portion, which includes Hype Cave, which could have several items in it. As well as like the digging game, and the tree kid. I've never had agave syrup, I don't think. I know I'm a vegan and I've never had agave syrup, but... Ooh, hammer! Oh, now that's good stuff right there. This was the right direction. Had we went to Pod first, it would have been over. But now we can actually go beat Pod. We have all the tools necessary to defeat Pod. So let's work our way back to Pod. What's up, the amazing Kelly? It is progression, good progression too. Like, that's not like partial, that's like solid progression. That unlocks the Thieves Town chest that we skipped, and unlocks Pod, and unlocks being able to take the bomb to the castle. Though I think you could do that through the weird light world entrance from Agon. Red. Tempered Sword. Mushroom. Look at all this business. Tempered Sword was good. We have no clue if the mushroom's any good. But I am gonna do Pyramid Parry already. We're right here, and it's 2 items. I need to learn the dash trick with this. Oh, I have like something in my eye, and it's really making it like itch. Like, and I don't want to smear my makeup, but I'm gonna, because it itches. It itches a lot. Oh, it's like wow, super itchy. Ah.
They kill the ads.
Alright, what do we get at Pyramid Fairy? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That was a total bust. Well, doesn't matter because we can do pod, so let's go do that.
Well, I died.
Kind of the path we were taking here anyway. Just working our way back to Palace of Darkness, so let's go do it. I'm glad we took the detour before we came to Palace of Darkness to go all the way around, because otherwise we would have had to double dip pod, and that would have not been a pleasant experience. So I'm like, glad we're not double dipping pod. I'm not glad that my eye is watering really hard now. Oh, what the heck? Oh gosh. Eyelash is not doing their job, apparently. What? How did you not throw it? Why did you not throw? Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. A lot of keys at the beginning of this dungeon, so do a little path, do a leap. No mirror, so I have to take the longer route through here. I think I'm gonna take the other path though, the secondary path there. And go through the bottom section. Heck. You can unload the red one here. That's a new trick that people do. That's apparently allowed as a glitch in the regular run, even if it's not in logic. There's a lot of weird tricks that are allowed in the randomizer. Water walking and stuff. It's very weird. To be competitive in the randomizer, you need to know quite a lot of glitches. Even in the glitchless version. Ugh. I think this was a bad idea. No, this was right. I think I'm just gonna go the long way. There's a bunch of other stuff to get over here. Oh yeah, yeah, when eyelashes get in your eye, it's really nasty to you. This might be an eyelash. I don't know. I know it's a pain though. Whatever it is. Not enjoying it. It burns. I wonder if it's makeup. Might be like eyeliner that I somehow smeared into my eyeball. Which sounds like something I would do. Yeah, extremely pleasant. Hi, Synth Pop is back. That's one way of putting it. The one-winged cat. Or maybe they're facing sideways. They're like a cat will turn. What? How did you? You jerk! You absolute jerk! How did you survive this anyway? Flippers! That gives us Ice Palace access. Yeah, the wings don't come in pairs. It's sad. I've got some like other things. I think I have one of the hands, like one of the left hands or something like that with the heart, but I don't have the other one, so I can't do a full heart. Or something like that. Like, it's really weird. But you can just say it's the cat is like facing, like, they're facing that way, but like they just turn their head to look at the camera. Like a sideways facing cat with wings. It's a pretty good substitute, I agree. What? Swimmerling, thank you for the subscription. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Latte has occurred. Sephiroth comparison works. Nice. Well, I'm glad that I can be of some entertainment for Sunday for you. I feel like I've been pretty bad at streaming lately. I'm trying to get better at it, I promise. It's just been a rough few weeks. Yay! Hi, Scotty. Glad your headphones are back working. I don't know if they were broken or if you just didn't have them on for other reasons, which is more likely, I would hope. I should have just hit the thing in the other room. That would have been smarter. Ah, greasy food. Yeah, I'll do it. I put my hands on my ears all the time when eating. Nah, I understand. More like you probably were eating greasy food and didn't want to. Yo, I didn't post a thing in Discord to say I'm streaming. I didn't do the thing in the Discord. Hi, Kenny Riot. Well, let's see. This is our first ALTTP run today. We did 2 Super Mario World runs, which I've never, Randomizer runs, which I've never played, and it was pretty fun. I think the gnarly one was way less fun than awesome, though. I much preferred the, like, more chaotic ones. They both went about 50 minutes, though. 51 and 52 minutes. They were, like, very equal. So we're doing this now. Just doing random randomizers. Whatever feels good at the time. It's either this or Ultima 4 again. Let's see. Which we will do some more of, obviously. Because I love that game. And the randomizer. But this game is, I don't know, I was already playing SNES, so I kinda wanted to just play LTTP. Alright, pod is done. We can do Ice Palace now? Can we complete Ice Palace? We can complete Ice Palace. Then Ice Palace it is. We also have the mirror now, by the way, which is super awesome. I don't know what the best way to get to Ice Palace from here is. I guess that is in the light world, so. The mirror, and the mushroom. I guess we'll just start here. Dead Cells. That name is a really, like, I don't know if I've watched anyone play Dead Cells. I haven't played it myself. Oh, what a butt. I want to do some runs, I want to do some sort of games for Halloween. Like, I want to spook up the month. But I don't know what to do yet. I want to spookify. But I did actually, like, come up with what that is. Last year, I think, or a couple years ago, we did Deadwood. I actually think doing speedruns of Deadwood could be kind of fun. Alright, let's just get rid of all this bees. I think we have a bunch of bees. Castlevania does fit. I've done runs of 1 and 3, I haven't done 2 yet. I don't really have anything set up to do any of the other ones I would actually like to stream. I don't really care much for the Super Nintendo Castlevanias. Yeah, I don't have a setup for Symphony Night runs though. Ooh, yeah, Fire Rod! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. It is a classic, but I didn't really like it that much. It's something about the art really hurts me. I just don't like the art style, and I think it just turns me off from that game. I know that seems kind of silly that... Where am I going? I don't need to go all the way over here for this. Oh, actually. But wait. This gives us access to... Yeah, someone else suggested Maniac Mansion earlier, actually. I've done runs of that game and I do enjoy it. Someone needs to make a Maniac Mansion randomizer. That would be the second time now we've said that on stream, but that sounds super fun to me. Is there one? No. Oh, if there's a Maniac Mansion randomizer, we gotta play that. Shadowgate. Oh yeah, also that game. I need to learn Shadowgate. Also on my list of runs to actually learn. I just don't like it. Like I said, it's mostly the art style, I just can't get into it. Sometimes like art style really hurts a game for me. Was there another NES game like Shadowrun or like oh wait, can we do Swamp Palace? Oh, we can do Swamp Palace. Well heck, we'll just do Swamp Palace. NES games that are like Maniac Mansion. Oh, I want to say there was there another Maniac Mansion style game like that kind of point and click adventure on the NES. I mean, like in the same vein. Oh yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts. I love that game. That's a really good suggestion too. Should learn some new speedruns this month. Like Shadowgate is like first person, explore the house and like click and find things. It's kind of like it's like, but you're not controlling like different characters and stuff, but it's still a point and click adventure kind of. It's just from a first person view. Oh yeah, clock towers on I need to learn the Shadowgate speedrun though. I definitely want to do that. And clock tower games are definitely on SNES. That could be, those are like kind of, they're definitely of the holidays. I don't have a lot of memories of, I remember when Zombies Ate My Neighbors came out, but I don't really remember, I don't think I got into it. You know a game I did get into that was stupid and I don't want to speedrun it because it would hurt my hands? Fester's Quest. I actually liked Fester's Quest when I was a kid. Yeah, I've watched people speedrun Fester's Quest, and it's just, because there's no auto-fire in that game, you just have to spam constantly firing the button. I couldn't run that game, it would kill my hands. It is definitely a game I would be incapable of actually running, unfortunately. But the runs look cool. Anything that's like heavy button mash, I know that I'm not capable of doing. Just doing this like constantly like kind of hurts my hands, so there's like no way that I'd be able to do anything super button mashy. And my joints are constantly like screaming at me. The spinny bullet tech is the only thing. It's the like wavy one. I'm pretty sure that's all you use. Oh really? Maybe I haven't seen that version. Just a wrong one? With no like spamming the like attack button constantly? Because that's what I remember from Fester's Quest. Is just like the speedrun was just like spam attack button for like 5 minutes. It was a short run, but Blue Cane. Yeah, I've always had sort of like joint issues when it comes to like stuff like that, so everything gets like very sore and stiff. Not stiff, I guess, sore. Stiff is the right word. They definitely hurt. Painful. Don't go over there. I don't know why I went up there. Yeah, it burns some. Yeah, familiar. It's a thing. Oh yeah, Magic of Scheherazade. I know Sathras runs that game a lot. Why would you be shamelessly plugging? Is there like something in it for you? I'm always looking for more runners, I see. I'm looking for Ultima 4 runners. Need more Ultima 4 randomizer runners. I need to go around trading speedruns with people. I'll trade you one Shrosserod run for one Ultima 4 randomizer run. Trading them like cards back in the day. Yes, the problem is most people haven't played it casually, so they don't want to play the randomizer version until they've played the casual version. That's because I think Yogi's one of the only active Ultima runners outside of myself. There aren't many of us. Radis. I don't even know if Radis is actively running Ultima, but I would say they're an active runner. But they don't play Ultima 4, so they run Ultima 8 instead. Yeah, it's like everybody. I haven't beaten it casually, so... And it's a game. It's a heck of a game to beat casually. It's not like an easy thing. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna pick it up and beat Ultima 4 in a weekend. No. Likely not, actually. Likely not. Ah. Oh, I don't have the super gloves. I can't do this yet. Whoops. Okay. That changes things. For some reason I thought we could do Ice Palace. We can go Death Mountain though. But let's do a couple of other checks real quick first. Oh no, wait, I can't do this check yet either, can I? I can do the Bat Cave, but I don't know if it's worth going to do Bat Cave. I'm gonna do Bat Cave. It's not gonna be worth it though. I guess we could do Bat Cave but Swamp... Skullwoods isn't worth finishing. Thieves Town? We can double check Thieves Town's, like, chest. Can we finish? We know where Ice Rod is. We can finish, Turtle Rock. Heck, we should do that. Oh, yeah. I want to do that too, Akarasi. Killing Lord British in every Ultima game. There needs to be a category in every Ultima game. I mean, I'm a super mod on the Ultima series, so I can add a category to every game for, like, Kill Lord British runs. I would need people to submit Lord British runs, though. Oh, that wasn't worth it at all. Okay. To Death Mountain we go. We can finish Turtle Rock. No, we can't. We can't even start Turtle Rock. We don't have, Kena Samaria. It's impossible in some of the console versions. So I guess we are back to, like, searching the overworld for items now. Like, I don't think you can do it in Ultima 4 or the console. But you can do it in Ultima 3 on console, I believe, because you can attack them there. And you can do it in Ultima 6 on the console because we've done it on stream. Probably, I haven't tried Ultima 7 on the console. Hookshot Cave is a thing we can do, by the way. I mean, it makes most sense. It's probably easiest to do it in the PC versions. Burrito. Got the compass. That means the item in the bottom room is an actual item. So there's something in the basement. And the key to the basement is on Moldorm. So we need to do a full dungeon clear here. Likely. It's a possibility that was a cat though. That does exist in this house. No, it's actually a fairly quick speedrun, but you do exploit the game a lot to do the speedrun. No, there's no dogs here. I don't like dogs. Don't like the doggos. Like, if you're looking to, like, experience Ultima 4 and actually play the game, I would not recommend the speedrun as a place to start. I don't think. The manip would only be for, like, world record strats. I don't think anything other than the, like, top 2 runs even do a manip right now. Everything else below the top 2 runs don't do any form of manipulation. It's just Yogi's run and Masama's run, if it's even there anymore, if Masama even has a run on there anymore. And then mine, when I actually eventually complete it and put it up there, will be the only other version, I think. But how do I get to... How do I get to... Oh, do I have to... Wait, what? How can I... I can't get to... Because I don't have a... I can't get to Dark World Death Mountain from here, because I don't have Power Glove. So... I guess we can do this cave. I'm like, it just... What do I... Wait, I can... Wait, I can't... I can do this. We have no clue if ether is necessary, but it's good to have the pendants, I guess. Right. That's nothing either. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's run the DOS version of U4, weirdly enough. Wait, why did it put me here? Oh, it's in Dark World. I don't think it would stay unchallenged for long, though. As soon as someone puts a run up, it's similar out of nowhere. There's always someone else who just comes in and be like, oh yeah, run time! What's the... What was I doing? I was just gonna do something here. What was it? I don't remember. Someone should do a DOS run of Ultima 4, though. I don't have any nostalgia for the DOS version of the game, so, like, it's not super appealing for me to try and run it, but... Alright, where is this progression items? What do we need here? We need the flute. It's time to start collecting all the things we didn't get to finish collecting. We can... Oh, butts. That's fine. Is it? Yeah. Wait. What's the best way to get to Dark World from... I guess it would be near Sanctuary? Oh, there's so many little checks here and there to do now. Like, we can't really do the frogs yet because we don't have Power Glove, but we could do, like, the cave, but above the graveyard, but not the actual, King's Tomb, because we don't have the glove. Wait, can we do King's Tomb without the glove? I think we can, actually. Yeah, we can just mirror into there. So we can do those two, so we'll go do that. Not a lot of items over there, but worth checking out, I guess. I can get the item in the hammer room of Thieves Town. So we need the Power Glove. When we need the flute. Those are what we need right now. Power Glove and flute. We need Power Glove to get into Ice Palace. We need flute to get into Misery Mire. We also need Cane of Samaria to get into Turtle Rock. I say Power Glove, it's Titan's Mitts is actually what it is. Power Glove is what I have now. I don't know anything about the Bengaio runs. It's an arcade game though, right? And I think arcade runs are probably far less likely to have just random people come in. I would imagine an Ultima 4 run, if it's routed, there might be some people interested in like picking up that. The daunting thing about an RPG like Ultima 4 is like routing it. Like, oh, it's not an arcade game. Why did I think it was an arcade game? What type of game is it then? Maybe I'm confusing it for something else. I have also been wanting to play the Morrowind, the whole Elder Scrolls series. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, that game! It's the flute! Oh, thank goodness. It was good to come back here. We needed to. That gives us Misery Mire. Which could be really good. Wah! BG3. Okay, but before we do that, let's go get these other items. Yeah, I'm tempted to like try a those runs one day, but I'd have to play them completely in third person. Oops. Too early. What do we need? We still need Titan's Mitts. Which could be a Misery Mire. Oh, we can't get the Misery Mire yet because we don't have Titan's Mitts. We can just use the flute to get to nowhere. So the flute didn't actually do us any good. I mean, it will do us good in the future, but it has done us no good right now. Okay, I don't want to do this play, but I'm going to do it. Oh, it's a pain. I'm trying to think of, like, the right place to go. I mean, Skullwoods and Desert Palace are our options right now. This has a chance at one item, because we won't get it from here, but we'll get the green pendant. And then the other option is Skullwoods, finishing that up. Not a lot of good going on here. Could also be a pedestal. We did have a pedestal in the last seed, so it's potential pedestal, which we can do from this position, or from Skullwood's position. So that might be a thing. Go to Skullwoods, complete it. If it doesn't have the thing, do a pedestal that we can do now that we've done this dungeon. Maybe that's the right order. Guess we'll find out shortly. Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a 3070 when they come out. I haven't upgraded my graphics card in a while, and I feel like it would be nice to have a newer one. Alright, let's get the green pendant. This gives us the option to go ped check too, so... Green pendant time. Oh wait, Bottles Grove 1 and 2 are on the Switch? I had no clue. It's just a bottle. Alright, well... Skullwoods, I suppose. Look! It's 24 on Amazon for all the games on one cart. Huh. Okie dokie, let's go do this. Into Skullwoods we go to finish off the... Oh, nice. Well, that's good to hear. I'm like probably what they call a power gamer when it comes to like I build all my PCs and I keep them upgraded with stupidly high hardware. But I also work from home right now on my PC, so I'd want it to be even more powerful than it is now. It'd be nice to have a really nice system for gaming and working from home. Alright, we can mirror here. Yeah, if it's just a hobby thing, then it's a lot harder to justify. I feel I spend probably 10 plus hours a day in front of my PC, and that's actually generous. I'm sure that or that's on the low end. I'm sure that it's probably more like, let's see, I sleep, you know, 7-ish hours. I should have just mirrored. Probably have like an hour. Let's see, I'm not like, let's say if we just rounded things, and like, I went to bed at some normal hour, let's say 11:30, I stop doing stuff. Usually at 11 I try and get away from the system at 11 so I can actually start winding down because I have to get up in the morning. So let's see. I'm just picking a random number, Sketty. Let me work out the math first. Let's see, we'll do, so from 11 to about 9, so that's what, like 10 hours? So at least 14 hours a day on the PC is a more likely number. Maybe Maybe more. Hey, Titansmiths at the red pendant. Oh my gosh, we had to actually do Skullwoods to get Titansmiths. Well, we're here. We might as well check the pedestal now, right? $50. Totally worth it. Alright, let's go to Ice Palace. Or Mystery Mire. We can do Ice Palace. We have all the stuff for it. Sacred 50 rupees. They decided to store those 50 rupees for future use. It's a very important 50 rupees. Maybe back when they put the 50 rupees in there, that was like a treasure of... There's like a kingdom's worth of treasure. But now that, you know, inflation happened, so 50 rupees is like nothing in modern times. And there's no concept of value of old currency in their world, so... Not like a silver coin from the 40s or something. Oh my gosh. We're still looking for Cane of Samaria. I think that's the only thing we need now, is Cane of Samaria. Oh no. We know where the ice rod is in is at Hookshot Cave, which we could not get to until we got the Titansmiths, which we just got. So we can actually go and do Death Mountain finally. Magic. Yeah, having to like work, get up early and go to work, like makes me like need to wake up at stupid, or like actually lay down at earlier than I would like to. It oftentimes forces me to try and like be tired before I am. Even if I'm not tired, I'm like, well, I must lay in bed and stare at the ceiling because this is what you do now. It's really frustrating. I think I've convinced my producer though to cancel our morning meetings, which would let me sleep in more. So maybe I can actually get some more sleep soon. The team wants the morning meetings though. I don't want them though. I don't want the morning meetings. I'm quite happy with not having the morning meetings. Silver arrows? I don't know which I need next, I don't remember. I wish I didn't have to work hours at all. I wish I could just do, like, any hours, like core hours, I guess is what I mean. Like, we have, like, specific hours we have to be at work. But I would rather not have that. I would rather just, I mean, it's not like it's not like I'm doing a service work or something where, like, it makes sense. In my case, it's, office work. I do talk to a lot of people though, so I mean, I'm sure that's part of the reason I need them. I mean, I know that's part of the reason we need them. Doing like, being a game dev lead does force you to talk to a lot of people. But every time I talk to people, the first thing that people ask me is, how you doing? And the answer is always, I'm tired. I feel like I could do a lot better job if I wasn't always tired. Which would be like, let me sleep at 3 in the afternoon, because that's when my body wants to sleep. Apparently. All the time. Then I could do morning meetings, because I might actually be up. Like, my body likes to wake up at like 4 in the morning. Just randomly. Yeah, I usually don't say I'm alright, which seems to be a common response from people. I just say I'm tired. Because it's true. I'm always tired. Always. But Squibs, you're not supposed to tell people the truth. It's small talk. You're supposed to lie about it. I think my small talk makes people uncomfortable sometimes because, like, oftentimes my small talk is stuff like, I just will straight out say how I'm feeling. We had a meeting the other day where we started it, and the beginning of the meeting was like, we were there on time, but there was other people who were late. Most people were there though, but not everybody. And so we're kind of waiting, and someone went around the room and was like, hey, you know, how are people doing? They asked me how I was doing, and I'm like, well, I'm tired, and I don't want to be in this meeting, and it's wasting my time, because I have other things to do. So I'll probably cut out of this meeting short. It's like not what they wanted to hear, because everybody else thought the meeting was extremely important. But there were other things to me that were more important. I actually did get to cut out of the meeting early. And it was useful. And I got a lot more done. I cut out of the meeting so I could have another meeting, but that meeting was more important. Like, for me, at least. Well, not for me, for my team, I suppose. I'd say that's a better way of... More important for my team. Which is a lot of people. It's a key. What happens it happens sometimes where, like, I'll be in meetings all day, and I'm sure anyone who does meetings a lot will get this. You get in meetings a lot, and then someone will ask you what you've done, or like, how's the progress of that thing coming? And you're like, when have I had progress? I've been in meetings with you, like, all day. When were we gonna actually do? When was the thing? When was it supposed to happen? Like, am I supposed to magically be doing this on the side? Like... No, I normally don't, but... I feel like I'm okay with it right now, I guess. It's more of like a rant. We have all the pendants, so I don't need to check the pendants. We are looking for the Cane of Samaria. This is why I don't normally talk about work, though, because it's not as interesting as you would expect it to be. Like, it's not like, as a game designer, my job is something that's really worthy of talking about. Oh my gosh, I wrote so many words today! You won't imagine the meetings I had. Like, it's not like an exciting job to talk about. And the stuff that, and because that's the stuff I can talk about. I can't talk about the other stuff. Oh no. Oh well. I messed this up. Like, I'm not allowed to talk about really anything. So, like, at least modern. Like, I can talk about a lot of stuff in the old past, but that's not very interesting. Those are just game dev tells. Old stories. Yeah, I like to get things started too. Morale's always an issue with the personal side project. That's unfortunate. I know, like, I really enjoy doing, like, side stuff. I can talk a lot more about that sort of stuff for certain. But, like, the stuff I'm working on isn't, like, announced at all, so, like, I can't talk about any aspect of it. Like, nothing. Like, I couldn't tell you one iota about the game. Or what I do on it, because then you would know something about it, so... All I can really say is that I do design work. Because you know there's designers on video games. And that I spend time in meetings. Because you know people are going to be in meetings in video games. Like... Neither of these are surprises, and are 100% true of all games. At least at the AAA level. What cookies were at the meeting? Oh, that's too much information! I mean, it's all virtual, so it would be cookies at my desk, if I had any. And I would say it's usually not cookies, it's chips. I think the last chips I had were some, let's see. Sweet chili Doritos. Because they're vegan. And I love potato chips. Even just plain ones. Oftentimes I just get plain chips. Just chips that are covered in salt. Fried potatoes and salt. Quite a favorite of mine. Probably one of the best ways to, like, befriend me is just give me some fried potatoes with salt. Like, or just potatoes with salt, really. Just give me that combo. Some people like chocolate. I like salty potatoes. Like, if someone was to, like, give me the choice between, like, some ridiculous bag of, like, super nice chocolate or just, like, a bowl of fucking tater tots, I would take the tater tots. Like, I'm like, that's great and all, but have you heard about my Lord and Savior, the potato? Ugh, no. Ugh, that's gross. Why would you ruin a good potato that way? Why would you do that? Ruined. Some people would be like, why would you waste good chocolate that way? But I'm very much like, why would you ruin a potato that way? Oh, we got the Cane of Samaya! We're go mode! I'm fairly certain we're go mode now. Are we? Are we go mode? I'm trying to confirm. Fairly certain we're go mode. We just need to Turtle Rock it. Oh, doing Turtle Rock and Go mode is nice. Not needing to like worry about that. I know we haven't got Ice Rod, but we know where Ice Rod is, so I'm not worried about that. We know where it is. It's near Turtle Rock, so I think we're finally Go mode. I think it was Vanilla Cane. You're right. Oh, also, like, if someone was to give me something sweet, and it's like chocolate versus vanilla, I always take vanilla. Always. I much prefer vanilla. Like, chocolate can be good sometimes, but I'm much more a fan of vanilla. See, again, it goes down to the same thing for me, I think. Just give me the regular vanilla. Like, just plain vanilla ice cream. It doesn't need anything on it. At all. Needs nothing. Just be vanilla ice cream. That's all it needs to be. I don't need extras. It's like potatoes, like I don't put ketchup on them.
3 years.
What? Ellie, 36 months. My gosh. Wow. Hi. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, keep it fairly simple with my potatoes. Or most things. Yeah, good sauce can be good here and there. No lies. Like, no doubt about that. But you know, I don't know. That's a good question. Vanilla bean ice cream depends on who's made it. See, the thing is, though, as a vegan, I don't get a lot of choice. Like, there's only so many vanilla ice creams. There's only so many ice creams. When you're vegan. Kind of get, you just get what you get. Now, there's some good ones and bad ones. Here, there's a lot of oatly ones. Which are pretty good. How do you do this? It's like that. Oh, I ruined it. I had it, and then I ruined it. I like the Oatly ice creams. Or the Ben & Jerry's vegan ones are really good. And those I'm okay with being overly complicated. Like, they have a peanut butter one. Oh, that's super good. It's also like toast, right? You might like put stuff on toast. You might complicate toast. I don't really complicate toast. Doesn't need to be complicated. Why did I go over here? I need to go over here. It can be tasty to overcomplicate stuff sometimes. Not saying that I don't appreciate when things are like overly overdone sometimes. Like, I like French fries, but you know, if you were to also give me a big plate of like overly complicated French fries with a bunch of stuff on them, I would not say no to them. I would totally have them. Ordered on my own though, I would almost always order just the French fries though. I still live here. That is true. I'm still in the Stockholm. Oh, sure we could. It's hard to say all the way up into December, but sure. I mean, I don't see why not. It's pretty far off for me. It's well outside my planning zone. I know so many people who plan like really far ahead for like vacations and stuff. I'm like, how do you do that? How do you know? I was planned for you. I don't like it when people plan things for me. Like... It's a very anti-me thing. Alright, how do we do this? Something like this. Alright, there we go. It's exciting. No! No master key yet. Is the master key gonna be in the master key chest? Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's I guess like kind of that, right? Like I do enjoy like fancy, overly complicated stuff, but I am also quite enjoy just very plain stuff. I'm completely fine with extremely simple, where I am like literally enjoying a very singular sort of thing. I'm completely okay with that. It doesn't need to be ridiculous or anything. Ah. Aw, chat just comes and goes. That's how it goes. You haven't done anything. I think we should just leave this area, right? I need to kill both of these. Ah. That was really ridiculous menuing. So like some sandwiches, it depends on like that too. Like I could enjoy a burger that is literally just like a bit of sauce, a burger, and some bun. Like I can enjoy that. I can also enjoy like a burger that's way too freaking big to eat. What? I use mayo on sandwiches all the time. Vegan mayo is like all over the place here. I mean, I actually don't eat out that much, so I couldn't say like what most places here have for vegan sandwiches. I make a good portion of my food at home. This is terrible. Well. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like... The thing is, I don't get enough stuff that... I mean, I do eat at burger places, like there's Bastard Burgers here, which just has like vegan burgers. And they definitely have mayo on them, vegan mayo. But I don't know of other places. I'm trying to think of like what other places I've had sandwiches at. I actually find it difficult to just find sandwiches here, really. Like, I would say that's actually a harder thing. Like, no, they use the Beyond patties, which are really good. Some places have... I do miss good bean burger, though. There's been a couple here. There's like a bagel place here that has bagels that have all sorts of sauces and stuff on them. I don't remember what's on them though. But they're like bagel sandwiches. They're pretty good. Alright, guess a number between 1 and 22? I think it's 22. Where is the big key? Where is it? I'm guessing. Big key in Ganon's tower, that's what we're guessing. This is a good, like, go straight to Ganon's tower right after a bunch of high guesses today. Or Ellie got a low one. Oh, there we go. Alright, now we're all over the place. Got some good guesses. I like this. I'm gonna go closest without going over, I think. Price is Right rules. Yeah, I can't think of any, like, sandwiches here. Definitely think sandwich culture is definitely not a... I would agree with that. It's very not a thing here. There are some places though, but also, like I said, I don't eat out much, so when I do, it's like stuff that's more complicated. Like, I wouldn't get a sandwich usually if I'm eating out. I'm usually gonna eat like I don't know. Well, you know, there is a place I get vegan sandwiches that have vegan mayo on it. Maybe it's because I eat vegan that a lot of places have vegan mayo, but... So maybe my experience has not been the same as yours, Ellie, in terms of mayo here. Because like Delivore here also has good sandwiches, and I used to get those for lunch at work. They were just cold, and those definitely had. They also had vegan mayo. Both of the versions, they only had 2 ones, but both of them did. There's a lot of keys in here. What the heck? We're picking numbers to see what is the big key chest in here. And we've now checked 5, 6, so we've checked 7 chests at this point. Oh heck, what? I can't, I have to go back in here and go back out? Ugh, you know what? Just mirror. Yes, yeah, I'm not referring to whatever the Swedish sandwich is. I'm referring to closed sandwiches. Oh no, I tried to hook shot and I didn't have the hook shot. I refuse to call those sandwiches. Oh, I make Sloppy Joes at home sometimes. I don't know what they are. They're pieces of bread with stuff on them. But they're not sandwiches. They're mess makers. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? I have no clue what movie that could possibly be. Alright, so that was 8. We still have yet to get the item. This is 9. Not 9. Yeah, I just make my own sauce for it. I like do a lot of over-the-top cooking. Oh yeah, that's what. So usually when I eat out, it's more like either stuff that's gonna be like comfort food or stuff that's like harder to make. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. So that was 10, 11, 12, and 13. Yeah, I don't eat in restaurants right now. I only order takeout. Oh, I put stupid amount of spice in almost everything. Almost everything. No, I've never actually grown any Reapers. I was talking about growing Reapers, but we've never actually grown any yet. We want to grow Reapers. We have not grown Reapers. I have a bunch of dry Reapers, though. But I have not grown any. I don't know if I've ever had spicy food enough that makes me numb. I don't think I've ever had anything that spicy. Well, that's spicy to me. I've had stuff that definitely would melt everybody else. Like... Oh, there it is! That was... 14. Was number 14. I love Reapers. I love ultra stupid spicy. Who was the closest without going over? I don't remember. No! Stuck in a wall. Alright. Wait, Mr. Gel. Wait, what did Mr. Gel get? Because it would have to be 14. So Richter Shade was the closest without going over. Ah. So you win, Richter Shade. No, it's all good. It's confusing rules. Not like it's not the closest with going over. I guess it can be confusing though. Having grown up watching Price is Right, it's an easy for me to understand winning system. You did the thing! Yay! Yay! Oh my gosh. Stay still. Oh, I love spicy food. No doubt about that. Wait, what? Didn't know what a dinette was. Oh! Yes. No, I wasn't any good at guessing it. I didn't know, like, any of what anything was worth. I just watched, like, people... I just liked watching people play the games. I wasn't really interested in, like, metagaming the game itself. I just like watching people play the games. Like that one where the, like, little climbers climbing the mountain. I like that one. And the Pachinko one, where, like, the little things are... the discs are falling down. I like that one. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? I liked that one too. They're probably stupid and boring now, but I liked them when I was little. And I love watching them spin the big wheel at the end too. Why can't you eat the spicy Roman soup? What part of that is not on your diet? And could you make it yourself with the part that is more palatable to your diet? I gave up on diets. I just completely gave up on them. That's not getting into the hole. What? Thank you. Oh, it's very high in those two? I see. We're gonna check the chest here. Oh, dashi stock though, it's so good! It's so good! It's a mushroom stock if people don't know what a dashi stock is. It's really good for ramen. Oh, you said... I see. You typed Roman. You meant ramen. Well, you can make a vegan version of anything, Synthpop. You don't need to put finito in it. You just don't. That's the beauty of, like, making your own food. Ugh. I make ramen a lot at home. I like ramen. Not like the store-bought ramen, like actual, like, craft your own ramen soup ramen. Usually go with the white miso. But we'll make other types as well. I like cooking, which is probably also why I don't eat out too much, but... Here we go. 2, 5. Alright, Ellie. Get some good rest. Oh wait, what am I doing? Oh. Ah, 2 stars. It's a 2-star rating on the gain and kill. Oh, it actually froze me there, by the way. Like, I was stuck until I pushed the button again. Alright, there we go. Thank you for the GGs. Thank you, Victor Shade. Thank you, Giannis. Thank you, Mr. Gel. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Phoenix Fly. No, you cannot send Pop is back. But the randomizer lets you do it. Thank you, Synth Pop is back. Thank you, Lucian. Oh. Well, the color seems a little weird on my monitor. I didn't notice the color seemed a little washed out on the game. Huh. Wonder what's causing that. Something strange going on? Maybe it's just really bright on this monitor. It would be over here though. This looks a little washed out compared to that. Thank you for the GGs, Lucian. Thank you for the 100 bits. Phoenix 4, thank you, thank you. Oh. So we have, oh, my clock froze again. Just not updating. What the heck? Thank you, Hakurasi, for the you did okay. Thank you. Oh, alright. Yeah, I don't know. It's been weird. It's just weird. Just, I don't know what it's doing. My entire desktop's been really strange lately. Like, I can't even click the open Windows button. It's just not letting me. I don't know if there's too much stuff open right now and it's just complaining or something. I mean, I have only 42% of my memory used, and only 49% of my CPU used, and like 18% of my GPU. So like, it's not like the system is struggling much on anything. It's kind of middle of the road. Oh, there's some weird sounds again. Hi, Mr. Figgy. How many bunks do we get? I'm gonna guess... like 3. Oh, it ain't 24. I can promise you that. That's gonna be a little high. I didn't bonk a lot this seed. I remember that. We'll see. I think it's very low. Like, I don't think I accidentally bonked anywhere in this seed. I could be wrong, but I don't remember accidentally bonking anywhere. I did do a couple of shortcut bonks with bomb jumps. Yeah, I did some intentional bonks. Like the bomb jump off of the Moon Orb platform in Tower of Hera. I did that. I'm trying to think of where else I would intentionally bonk. Probably in Bowser's Castle. Bowser's Castle. Ganon's Castle somewhere, I'm sure. And it doesn't include bonks that open doors. So anytime you use a door, like to open a, like anytime you bonk and it makes the doo 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 sound, like you get a key or you break open a wall. Like the library, for instance, that doesn't count. Like it doesn't count those bonks. Those are actual super intentional required bonks. So like bonk rocks doesn't count. Replacing, yeah, they need to do a. It'd be great if there was a crossover between these. I know like they require the same mapper. 5 is your lucky number. I think 9 is mine. I mean, it's the one I've chosen as my lucky number. Not like it actually has any meaning, but... Mandatory Bonk sounds like a heavy prog rock band name. Maybe it's Clowncore. That would be Mandatory Honk. That would be more Goosecore. Goosecore. Flute was really late in. Alright, here we go. 14, wow, that was more than I thought. Maybe it does count those other ones. I've been told it doesn't, but maybe it does. Don't remember bonking 14 times. More than I thought. By a long shot. I think Eon S would have won that guess. Ooh, some good stuff. No, I haven't done anything for Ludum Dare in a while. The last Ludum Dare I did was probably in 2018, 2017, probably 2017. It's been a while since I Ludum Dared. We have an hour. We have 30 minutes. We have 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We don't have that much time left. But that is enough time to do another Super Mario World one. If it's as fast as the last two, we can do it again. Everybody want to stick around and see a Super Mario World run? Super Mario World randomizer? I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's the reset button.